Now, if you ever wanted to fly one of those synth ships that actually bombarded Mars in the TV show Star Trek Picard, you are now going to be able to, because Star Trek Online is putting them in the game. Channel subscription is also available on my awesome channel. If you want to support the content that I'm making and me personally, this is how you can do this. Now, this was something that was already in the plans of being one of the ships that you can fly in the game. We do know that in Star Trek Picard there were a couple of other ships as well that we can expect in the future to be here, and yesterday we did a live stream coverage of Cryptic's own live stream, where they said that they have many more ships inbound for us to play around with in the making, as it were. Now you can understand that with, you know, the more additions that they have in ships, in like real ships, canon ships that were in the TV show Picard, and they were also on the Discovery. So you have probably gonna be, you know, this new year 2021 is gonna be, we're gonna be having a lot of different ships that are going to be inbound currently in the making. But anyway, today we're going to talk about the Synthwave ship. For that, I kind of need to open up my my Chrome, my Internet Explorer. That's because the only thing that we currently know is the little bit of statistics, and obviously I'm going to make a review about the ship itself, but in this video we're going to cover like everything that we know of in terms of statistics, a little bit of backstory, so I don't have to do that in the second video that I'm going to do. So let me do that right now. This has been a blog post that our ambassador Kale has posted. He says, join the synth wave. Now these ships kind of look like manta rays, if you know, or at least they might be based upon that. There are, I do love the fins that they have on the backside that are being lit in a bluish color. Very nice, very nice. But a little bit of a backstory on the Synthwave, guys. If you go to Memory Alpha, these are basically those ships. It's kind of not really a good showcasing right here, but this is the ship that was actually in the TV show Picard. There is another one over here, there's another one over here, and there's another one inbound. You can actually see that there is a Starfleet insignia on the hull being displayed right here, so that's kind of nice. Little bit of a backstory. Synth ship were the type of Starfleet ship in the late 24th century. They were armed with at least one phaser array and a torpedo launcher, and featured a large white Starfleet insignia on their ventral hull. So that's kind of nice to see that. A fleet of these ships in the Sol system were suddenly commandeered by the rogue synth during the surprise orbital and suborbital attack on Mars on the first contact day in 2385. This has been featured in Children of Mars and also Maps of Legend. If you want to look back at these particular ships, you can actually do that in Star Trek Picard. There are 2 episodes that they are being featured. But anyway, let me read all of the information that Cryptic, our ambassador Kale, has posted right here. The Infinity Lockbox, yes. Make sure you have enough keys to get these ships. And also, I want to mention, guys, you don't have to buy the Infinity Lockboxes from the exchange. These are freely given out on the Zen store, so don't buy them on the exchange. Alright, so the Infinity Box lockbox containing prizes with nearly all previous retired lockboxes will be gained a brand new prize on December 8th, basically today. During this time, enemies defeated can on both ground and space map will have a small chance of dropping one of these prize-filled packages. Now, these are just the boxes, keep that in mind. While the Angel Wake lockbox will be retired. So the Angel Wake lockbox currently is the latest lockbox that we have in the game, but you know, based on what Cryptic has done previously in the game, is like After a certain amount of time, this lockbox is going to go back to the Infinity lockbox. So if you want the Bao Sentry ship, you can basically go to grab it from the Infinity box as well. This run of the Infinity lockbox will contain an all-new Tier 6 starship, the Deimos class pilot destroyer Tier 6. Continue reading further on the details of this new offering. So you can see it right here. If I can open up these images in a better viewing right here. They definitely are true with the Starfleet insignia right here. Not like my United Federation of Planets, but this one doesn't animate. This one is better. I like mine better. And also right here you can see the top and the it's the top and the left side, or no, the right side, because you're looking at like that. Very nice. Deimos class pilot destroyer. So it is a pilot destroyer. This is definitely going to bring the heat to the enemy. The A500 series of the synths was created to serve Starfleet while not as advanced as the Sung type android. So you got data and lore and all that. They certainly lacking the interpersonal skill that data would come. Hey, my mouse is not working. Data would come to learn and display. The A500 was enough of a success that they were put to work through some of the Starfleet most dangerous jobs. If you remember correctly, Geordi LaForge had a little bit of saying that. But anyway, that's a little bit of backstory. There was even a ship designed for their use. Mostly are transported for off defenses of the Utopia Planitia shipyards due to the synthetic nature of their operators. These ships are faster, more nimble, and more accurate than the counterparts designed to be run by other
Sentience.
Sentience. All right. Unfortunately, a type of these ships were used to conduct an assault on the Utopia Planitia in 2385. Due to their use in that attack, Starfleet halted their production and put them aside. Until very recently, Starfleet engineers had retrofitted this ship to operate with a sentient controller without losing their agility. So the Deimos class features a commander lieutenant pilot seat, so pilot is the specialization, and a commander tactical intelligence specialization. So you have two different intelligence on this ship, pilot and intel. Nice. So it is tier 6 Federation and Federation Aligned. Must complete the tutorial with a hull modifier 1.15, shield modifier 0.95. Now it is lacking in shields because this is going to be a pilot ship, a destroyer basically, so it's not going to be heavily on tanking, but it's going to be heavily on, bringing the pain. And you can definitely see it right here. 5 forward weapons and 2 aft weapons. Room for 3 devices, bridge officer stations. So you have a lieutenant tactical pilot. You have a commander tactical pilot, lieutenant commander tactical intelligence. So there's definitely room for you to slot in intelligence or, the specialization, the pilot abilities and all that stuff. You have a lieutenant commander engineering, a lieutenant science, and an ensign universal. So you can put, hull healing or shield healing abilities right there, either from engineering or science. Because I'm guessing tactical is not going to be a thing on this thing. Console modification, 5 tactical, 4 engineering, and 2 science, bringing a total of 11 consoles right here. Now you can obviously upgrade this thing to the tier 6X, bringing you an extra console slot for a total of 12 console slots. So 5 tactical, or maybe 6 tactical, 4 engineering, maybe 5 engineering, and 2 science. Keep it at 2 sides. Don't use the universal for science. You guys probably gonna put some kind of like DPS enhancing consoles right there. Anyway, base turn rate of 17 degrees per second with an impulse modifier of 0.21 with an inertia reading of 70. 10 to weapon power, also 10 to engine power. Now engine power, because this thing is going to be a pilot, so maneuverability on this thing is going to be very, very fast. Universal console, the
Immolating
a phaser lance. No idea what that is. This thing also features a experimental weapon. It's a kinetic feedback matrix. Okay, that's kind of interesting, right? So it already has 5 weapons on the front, 2 on the aft, and an experimental weapon. So this is basically a 8 weapon destroyer pilot ship. Oh wow. Also, sorry, I apologize, I just ate, sorry. Pilot maneuvers, so you can do the whole strafing left, right, forward and backward stuff. You can equip dual cannons, dual heavy cannons. Definitely has the experimental weapon slot. It comes with a destroyer, so precise weapon system, enhanced weapon bank, devastating weaponry, enhanced weapon system, and formation flying. That's going to be interesting to see what that does. Admiralty ship statistics, so tactical heavy 65 points right there, engineering with 41, science with 20, and this speciality of this thing is going to give you, if you slot it with any other tactical ship, you're going to get plus 10 in tactical points per tactical ship, so a total of 20 tactical points. We got an awesome visual that's kind of like overpowered. We don't really see what we're seeing right here. If I open it in a different tab right here, you got some kind of blast and some kind of like explosion right there. Could be interesting if done correctly, but it is kind of a lance, so you know, the option, or at least the damage that you're going to do is going to be in a cone base. So it's going to be, no, not in a cone base, in a cylindrical base. So it's just going to be on the forward arc. And those, if memory serves me correctly, those lance abilities are really hard to point at the enemy, because there is no, you know, you kind of need to point your ship at the right location like this, and then the enemy needs to be here for you to do the lancing thing. Immolating a phaser lance. This multipurpose device is well suited for asteroid removal, planetary defense, and generally widespread destruction. Nice. I do want to say one thing though. These ships in the TV show originally, they had, if the ship is flying like this, they had a lance that was actually firing downwards at the planet. Right? If the planet was here, Mars, and this ship was here, and that they had like a firing lance at the bottom, right here. You can actually see it. So the ship is right here, and the beam is actually hitting downwards. So it's not, you know, shooting like in the front arc, but it's actually firing down. Or at least, I don't know if there's going to be like a weapon node right there, but that is how it is in the TV show. After a short charge period, it channels a massive burst of phaser damage out of your ship into the target and nearby area. This console can store enough power for 6 shots at a single time, but takes time to recover both between shots and to build up the charge back up. So you can actually have 6 bolts, but it's just going to take time. This console also provides a passive boost to phaser damage and starship shield penetration skill. Now we got a couple of lights up here. I don't know what that is. You got like 3 lights. Wasn't there supposed to be 4 lights? We got 3 over here anyway. So this is the experimental weapon, the kinetic feedback matrix. The kinetic feedback deals heavy kinetic damage to its target. Subsequent hits on the same target will grant a boost to energy or weapon haste. It is a 180-degree targeting arc. Okay, so experimental weapons usually have like a 360-degree targeting arc, so this one is only like on the forward arc, like that. in the 180-degree targeting arc. Okay. I don't mind. Starship trait formation flying. Now, sorry, I need to go back here. So this is a kinetic-based experimental weapon. So this is... There are only one other kinetic-based weapon that I kind of remember right now, and that's the Borg cutting beam. That also deals kinetic-based damage in the game. So this is going to be the second one, and this is an experimental weapon. So I wonder what it's going to, if it's going to be enhanced by torpedo skills, or beam fire at will, or energy-based abilities. This is interesting too. If it is going to be able to be enhanced by those as his abilities. Anyway, moving on. Starship trait, the formation flying. While this trait is slotted, activating any distress call will summon a pair of synth destroyers to fight alongside you for a short duration, devastating the nearby area with phaser beams. Distress call are basically those Klingons that you can get up to help you in combat. The Nimbus Pirate Distress Call is one of them. What else? You have the Alpha. Wait a minute, let me just go in space so I can show you guys what these distress calls are actually called, because memory is not picking them up as it were right now. I think there are like 5 of them that we can call in our assistance. They do have a long cooldown. I believe it's like 4 minutes or something. No, 2 minutes, because they took back the amount of time that it was. I thought it was like 5, but now it's like 2 minutes for you to call in more aid, as it were. Come on, mister. There we go. Yeah, so you have the Beacon of Kalis, that's one of them. You have the Delta Alliance that you can ask for. I don't know if it's going to work with fleet support though. But you also have the Nimbus, and there was another one that you can use. Or was it just those? Okay, maybe it's just those. They have a emulating. They have an emulating phaser lens that is synchronized with your firing control, activating it whenever you do. Activating it whenever and wherever you do. Okay. So whenever you're going to do a special ability, these guys are also going to do a special ability when, formation flying is going to be active. Whenever you call a distress call from those things. I love this trait. This trait is definitely going to be interesting if you're going to be flying like carriers. So you have already a couple of pets out, especially with the Jem'Hadar carrier. So you have the wings, you have the carrier pets, you have the distress call that this thing is going to summon, plus another synth destroyers. A pair of synth destroyers. I don't know how much a pair is, 2, 3. That's going to fight along you. Man, this is like your entire fleet. Definitely a spike damage right there if you activate this. Wow, I'm looking forward to today. This thing is going to the servers are going to go down because we're going to actually get the whole winter event plus these ships, or at least this ship in the game for us to play around with. So I don't know if you guys have any lockbox keys, but get them ready. If you don't, if you want to follow my advice, grab it from the exchange. It's going to be pricey, but you're definitely guaranteed to get one. Anyway, that's going to be my advice. Guys, I want to see this thing in game, and definitely going to make a review on that. So later.